it's me, Renee. I'm back. And so, when you're seeing this, it's the 14th. It's not when I'm filming it, but it's the 14th, which is when D23 starts, which is the Disney's the Disney's Comic Con in a way, I suppose. And I didn't really do this last week because I usually do this kind of video monthly. I didn't do this last week because I didn't. But now this is kind of the same thing where like Hollywood, or in this case Disney, please adapt these books. I mean, I feel like mostly when D23 and Comic Con happens, they talk about superhero movies or they can make cast things you already know is coming. But I don't know. I feel like if it's out there, people might find it. Maybe some intern at Disney looks at it and thinks, maybe we'll adapt that book. I don't know. I know people won't see this, but I mean, it's my channel. I can do what I want. Okay, okay. So, so yeah. This is basically books that I kind of want Disney to adapt either to Disney Plus or just kind of in general. I mean, they do have a big place to showcase stuff. I mean, Disney owns everything nowadays. They have Disney Plus, they have Hulu. They can put things out in theaters. They have Marvel. They have all the stuff. So yeah, first we have Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Lost Crusade, or in other words, this series. I mean, you did have like Sandra Bullock about 10 years ago, who came out with The Lost City or Lost City of a D. What? Sorry, 10 years ago, 5 years ago now, 3 years, 2023. Oh, it's not long ago. Anyway, yeah. I suppose I don't think that the huge numbers, but still, and also it's Sandra Bullock, so it's still like a cult classic, I would say. But also, I feel like it's kind of like this. I won't say in a way it's kind of the same style as The Lost City of D. It's kind of like think those Russell Crowe movies from the 80s. I'm blanking out on the name, but yeah, it's action adventure, but it's also romance, which is what this series is. This first one takes place in Brazil, which is sorry, I'm mixing stuff up. This first one takes place in Mexico. The second one takes place in Brazil. The third one takes place in Greece. So it's kind of like fun with the backdrop of these beautiful places, but also love happens, but also danger. Well, everywhere, but danger happen. I feel like it's gonna be like a fun, yeah, a fun action movie. If you love, so you have less action for the guys, there's love for girls. Not that guys can love as well. Honestly, I just feel like this needs to be adapted. It would just be so cool adapted, like adapted and have not Glenn Close, like Glenn. I'm like out on the name of the dude, but you know that hot guy from Not Anyone But You and Top Gun. I'm blanking out on his name, but you know the guy. You know the guy. Yeah, that guy from Chad Powers. I'm blanking out on his name big time, but you know the guy I'm talking about. And yeah, could just be so cool. Then I'm thinking, so for some years now, Bridgerton has been everywhere, at least when it's like released episodes. And there's been some other historical mm, TV series and movies after that, but I feel like this kind of not really been ones in vain in a way. But I suppose, yeah. So I have a suggestion for you, Hulu. I do know that Hulu has like the Gilded Age series with Kristen Baranski and whatnot, but like, can't you do your own Bridgerton? Like, there's lots of historical romances out there. You could adapt someone else. Also, there's lots of that out there. And then right now there's just one adapted. It's weird. I feel people should check out the Fifth Avenue Rebels by Jenna Shoup. It is Gilded Age, so it's perfect for nowadays when everyone's all about, but because it's historical, but it's in the US. It's not in boring old England. It's in the US. And yeah, it's about people in 1880s, rich but also falling in love. And it's just the best. Not that you have to be mega to like the series. Also, like the women in the series are so empowered. But I don't know why I said that. But anyway, Gilded Age. Historical romance means England or Scotland or Ireland or I don't know Viking times. No, historical romance can happen anywhere. And also, you did have like people falling in love and things happening in New York in the 1800s as well. It's not like the US kind of threw into existence in 1950s because you often think like the US is kind of like Americana 1950s, but like it exists before that then as well. So yeah, Joanna Shoup has so many cool Gilded Age stories that really deserves to be adapted in my opinion. Humble opinion. And then we have The Last Lady B. So this is a standalone book. Well, it came up this year. I don't know if this is going to come out more because it feels quite wrapped up. But yeah, this one like do like a cool. I was about to say movie, but honestly, maybe do like a mini series of this. Do like 8 episodes, 6 episodes. I feel like this could just capture this story so cool. It's kind of honestly, it's kind of more like Dickens, but also romance. So Dickens plus Jane Austen in a way, because there's romance happening, but there's also quite a few plot twists and whatnot happening. Yeah, like in my mind, this kind of very much like gives up Christmas vibes. Like I kind of feel like Dickens gives me Christmas vibes, but also, of course, you can have it whenever. But yeah, this would just be so much fun. Hmm. Then, I mean, right now we're in 2020. Yeah, we're in 2026. What does that mean? I mean, yeah, the world is going down around us. The world's going crazy. But it also means it's been 10 years. 10 years since 2016. Which also means 10 years since we got Spy with Melissa McCarthy, which I love so much. Now, I mean, this isn't a spy book. Well, it is, but it's not a book based off Spy. It is Blonde Identity by Ali Carter, which came out now a few years ago. But I feel like this could be such a cool movie. It's just, it's so fast paced, it's so action paced, but also it's also very fun, but also romance happens. Please give us this, Hollywood. Please. Then we have like more nerd stuff. So I mean, as I said, D23, it's superheroes. It's Marvel things happening. Oh, and it's also other Disney stuff, but also I feel like it's nerds. So role playing by Kathy Yardley. This is all about people in the 40s and 50s, well, late 30s, early 40s, falling in love. They're both nerds, and it's such a charming story. And yeah, for it to be developed for Hulu, I feel like it would just be so cool. I suppose you could do like a miniseries with like maybe 4 or 5 episodes, but also you could do it as a movie. I feel like you can do both. You don't need to do it in miniseries, but like just adapt it in a well way. I just love that so much. If it ever happened, then we have Spoiler Alert by Olivia Jade. This is You Got Mail, but like modern style, and also in a nerd version. And I mean, do you need to know more? No, you don't. People have already heard about this book, and it's so cool. So, yeah, it has been around for like quite a few years now. Came out in 20. When did it come out? 2020. So yeah, 6 years ago. Still hasn't been made into a movie. It's weird, okay, people. It's weird. That is weird, at least in my mind. Then we have Newt's Emerald by Garth Nix. This is a gaslight fantasy. So, in case you didn't know, it has fantastical elements, but it's also very much based in like regions in England. There's upper class, there's high society. There's also, in a way, Bridgerton with magic, but yeah. This is a YA book, so there's romance happening, but it's not like sexy times happening. It's also spies and secrets and a magical emerald, and yeah, quite a fun story. I feel like this could just be. I feel a bit like. Think a bit like Enola Holmes, but like not that, but like kind of that style ish. Yeah. Hmm. Time villains and monster problems, the first and second in the series. This is a middle grade series where, you know, the old story of like, who would you invite to a dinner table? Fictional people or real life people? They come out of the books. So in this world, Captain Hook comes and Mozart and yeah, all the different people from live and not live, and just the best, really. So funny. And then we have Storm Runner by J.C. Cervantes, which is the Rick Riordan Presents series all about Mayan mythology. I mean, right now we have Percy Jackson season 3 coming soon, or coming this fall. Probably there's going to be some Percy Jackson. Well, there's going to be at least one panel happening. But like, we haven't heard anything about the Red Pyramid adaptation. We haven't heard anything about our Shah adaptation, which they've both been rumored. I don't think this has actually been rumored, but still, it's Mayan mythology. It's based around kids. I mean, you could make toys and whatnot. You could make merchandise. It, it's just could be so cool. I feel like this is just such much opportunity not to adapt this as well. I mean, Disney, not like Disney all has to do it all. Maybe DreamWorks can do it, some of them, but like the Rick Riordan Presents books are just so easy to adapt. Easy. It's kind of obvious, I would say, to that. I mean, you already have like a big, like even if you have people who haven't read the books, people have heard about my mythology, or if they haven't, they're like, oh, mythology in general, cool. You have like a built-in audience there. It's kind of like Spielberg movies, or like, yeah, Spielberg Amblin movies. It's kind of like that vibe in a way. So why people haven't adapted it yet? It's weird, okay? It is just weird. Then we have the League of Dangerous Young Ladies, J.A. Morgenstern. This is a world where you have Dracula, you have werewolves, vampires, you have uh, aliens. So it's kind of all these gothic elements, but also lots of humor to it. I suppose kind of think Tim Burton-ish. And it's just, yeah, well, think Tim Burton, but better, I would say. And it's the best. And yeah, could be just a very cool Halloween movie or like Halloween TV series because it's the first in the series. I feel like this is just so obvious, really. So obvious. And then how the Millicent Quibb School for Etiquette of Young Ladies of Math and Science. Okay, firstly, it's written by Kate McKinnon. Why people just aren't like throwing themselves at adapting this already, I don't know. Because there's already 2 books out. When is the third book coming out? Is this year? Next year? I have to Google that. Anyway, there's a third book coming out. But yeah, it's just so absurd, so funny. It's just, I suppose, kind of like think Matilda or like Roald Dahl, a bit like that. And yeah, it just also, I would say also again, would be a very cool Halloween episode. Like, I feel like also, like, if you could find something to anchor it, something like anchor it to Christmas, anchor it to Halloween, people will watch it every year, or you could like have screenings of it every year. This could just be such a cool Halloween IP, really. And then last but not least, we have teens, nerds, falling in love. I mean, yeah, people, teens have been forever liking superhero stuff, but it also like we're also awkward and weird. People love to watch teens falling in love. I mean, you have off campus, you have to all the boys I loved before, all those kind of stuff. So even teens, but also people who aren't teens, love to see teens falling in love. Why this hasn't been adapted? I don't know. It is weird. It's quite weird in my mind. It needs to be adapted. Okay, like yesterday. So yeah, but also I have a bit of a bit of a like what's the word again? A bit of a button, not a button. A bit of a PS, a PS. So usually I do these videos where I just talk about books I want to see adapted, but I don't know. Sometimes you have like people who show re-releases of videos, like a few years ago when Disney had like 100 years anniversary. They did some re-releases of movies. I saw actually Lion King in theaters then. That was quite fun. Uh, saw that earlier this year, some places had like a re-release of The Iron Giant, which for me would just be so fun to see in theaters. They didn't show it here, sadly. They did show like last year that they showed Back to the Future in theaters, so that was fun. And I also saw Spine Tap, so that was fun. But yeah, so we know how right now we're talking Disney. So I'm just kind of asking, and I suppose also I feel like you would have probably already know if it's going to be shown or not. But I suppose maybe you can boom throw it out quickly in theaters. I don't know. But Disney, if anyone's watching this, releasing Sky High in theaters would just be so fun. I mean, I love that movie so much. It is a Disney movie. It wasn't like huge when it came out, but I feel like a lot of movies aren't huge when they come out, but then they have like a cult following afterwards. So I feel like if you showed it again in theaters, people would run to see it. I feel like run to see it. And then also Atlantis. Atlantis: The Lost Empire. For me, at 2000 kids, well, I don't know. I'm a 90s and a 2000 kid. Like I was born in 92, but I feel like quite a lot of movies from the 2000s was like also like therefore Atlantis came out when I was 10, 11, around there, and I yeah was like prime for that movie. I love it so much, and yeah, honestly, seeing it re-released would be so fun because it's been 20 years. Yeah, 20 years, and I would just love to see it re-released so much. So yeah, that's my hopes and dreams for Disney, or like people you just watch. I mean, the books anyone can, of course, adapt it, not just Disney, but yeah. And yeah, do you agree with me? Is there something you want to see released in features? And I'll talk to you later. Bye.